Good morning and welcome to Crow Inclined. Here today with, I'm upside down, with a daily energetic check-in. And I will be using the Wandering Star Tarot to clarify, but I'm using a Rider-Waite deck for a card of focus. And the card that popped out was the Fool. Okay, now we know that, oh, hang on, I'm sorry. Let me adjust here. We know that the Fool is symbolizes beginnings, courageously leaping off into some new phase of life, right? Particularly when that leap is taken from deep feeling rather than like careful planning, okay? A leap of faith, leaping into the unknown and sort of going on this new journey. And if we think about it, I mean, this represents anyone who is starting something new, right? So imagine yourself entering a strange landscape, a world of magicians, people hanging upside down, dancers in the bright air. Just think about all the other characters in the deck. I'm sorry, I'm trying to not have that glare on this card, but it's kind of difficult. You can leap through leaping through the air, you can leap from a great height, which is what the Fool does. Or at least it's how it's depicted in the cards. But you can also leap through a cave or a labyrinth, or by climbing down a rabbit hole, chasing a Victorian rabbit with a pocket watch, right? That is a soul's journey, or a fool's journey as well. So whatever way you choose, you are a fool to do it. Right? Why would you want to look into the deep world of the mind when you can safely stay in the ordinary material world of job, home, and family? Herman Melville in Moby Dick warned his readers not to take even one step outside of an ordinary path laid out before you, and laid out by society, basically, right? We're talking about sort of the mundane earthly existence. And he said that because he said you might not get back again. But we know that you do. The Fool begins the journey, the world completes the cycle, and then we begin again. You will come back, but you will come back changed, okay? So the Fool is willing to take a chance. And this leap can bring joy, adventure, and finally, for those who are courageous enough to get past all the scary stuff in the middle, all the things that are more fearsome than joyous, that leap can bring knowledge, peace, and liberation. Okay. I feel like today you're being asked to take that adventure. Whatever is about to cross your path, don't think about it. You're meant to leap, okay? This is the energy today. And just so you know, you guys, I do use this book for more of an in-depth look at the sort of the meanings behind the cards. If you're wondering where I'm getting some of that from. Anyway, that's just one of many books that I have that I dig into. All right, so we have the Fool, and I have the Wandering Star because I feel like this is appropriate for leaping. All right, the Wandering Star. The Fool leaps. It's a leap of faith. There's not necessarily a bunch of planning with that, okay? It's like, I have this idea, I'm just going to go for it, right? That's called an adventure. So, speaking of, thank you for joining my adventure today. I am so appreciative of you showing up. Come back. Wow. Okay. They are seriously stubborn about wanting to get out. So let's just look. Okay. 7 of Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles came out right together. Now this deck has been shuffled and shuffled and shuffled. So this is a card of faith as well, right? The 7 of Pentacles, you've done all the work. You're waiting to see how it grows. And the 8 of Pentacles is keep working. is all about the hard work, the worker bees, and the results and the achievements. Okay. Now, the 7 can also be a card of a crossroads. Have you waited too long? Is it time to walk away from whatever this is? And then the 8 of Pentacles often refers to getting back to basics. If what you're doing isn't working, go back to the basics. Okay. It's also a card of kind of a choice, get back to the basics or keep working because you're really close. So for whoever that's for, those popped out while I was shuffling. All right, I'm going to put them back in the deck. We're going to shuffle a few more times and get back. Yeah, they were very stubborn in wanting to come out. I feel in the energy of this card of the Fool. Well, honestly, I'm not even sure it was connected with that. That was just for someone. Okay. I hope that hits home. Anyway, this is a timeless reading. Take it as it resonates. Don't make it fit if it's not yours. And let's dig into what this leap of faith is about. This new journey is about for you. I'm sorry, I keep going back to those 2 cards that popped out. So what I'm getting with those 2 cards is you have been at this point before where you're waiting for something to come to fruition. And this is a point where you give up on whatever that is and you move to something else, okay? The Fool energy is asking you to stick with it. Because that would be something new. That would be a new journey for you. Okay? I don't know who that's for. But yeah. All right. Whew. All right, let's get back to the reading now. Wow, that was really weird. That was sort of an interrupting message for someone. All right. Wow, the Queen of Swords. This queen has been coming out a lot lately in this first position. She is the queen of truth, strength, ambition, strategy, intelligence. She sits upon her throne wielding her sword, but she also typically extends a hand to the world around her. So she's not completely closed off. And I know that the Queen of Swords is, considered kind of a cold energy, but it's of the mind, okay? It's strategic. So there's something about truth and strategy with this leap. In your energy, look at you, you're already in beginnings. Prosperity, property, beginnings. This is the Ace of Pentacles, which is typically a lot of money or a lot of material world abundance, okay? It strengthens your foundation. It grounds you. It offers you a stability that is unshakable. All right. So whatever this new beginning is, this is actually looking pretty good for you. This is looking pretty good for you because this is your energy. You're already leaping and feeling really, really good about it. Now, keep in mind we have the 5 of Cups coming. This is loss, leaving, sorrow. Yeah, of course. When we start a new journey, and you've heard me, if you've seen any of my readings before, you've heard me say it before, we cannot take everything with us. We have to pack for where we're going. Notice the Fool only has the little bag. We have to pack for where we're going, okay? And we have to pack light. So, especially as the Fool, beginning a journey, because you'll collect things along the way. So we have to leave things behind. And this looks like leaving things behind that didn't work out, okay? Yeah, that's sad. We forget to focus on the things that do. Even when things don't work out, some things do. All right. Maybe it's time to check in and realize that. So there is going to be a sadness about going on this journey. Right. But this Queen of Swords energy is it's gonna help you understand what needs to go and what needs to stay. Yeah. Awesome. Okay, yeah. We have your guiding light, the star coming out. It's the healer. This is inspiration, faith, hope, and miracles. Infinite energy, guiding light. This is your wishes and your dreams. So, and with that Queen of Swords, it's time to get back to the core of you. It's time to get back to your guiding light to put you back on your path, right? I mean, I don't feel like this is a course correction at all. I just feel like this is the next leg of your journey. This is the next leg of your journey. But we have to cut out all the stuff, all the distractions, all the things that we think we want, all the things that keep kind of getting in our way. And that's part of this Five of Cups coming out. You know, it's going to be hard to leave some things behind, but it's okay. You know, they have served their purpose in the leg of your journey now. And just as you have served your purpose in the leg of their journey, right? It's time to move on. Says the Fool. It's time to jump, leap, dive in. It's not without risk. Ooh, okay, that one flipped out. Okay. All right, and your energy. Yeah, this makes sense. I like the King of Wands. This says motivation, honor, standards, wisdom. But the King of Wands is also kind of the outlaw king. I consider him the outlaw king. He's a trailblazer, right? The rule breaker. Getting things done his way. Now, change genders is needed, you know. This is just the energy of the card. There's a lot of confidence and passion about moving forward here. All right. So, yeah, you may need to do things in a non-traditional way. And, you know, if we're also afraid to step out there like the Fool and try something new and get out of our comfort zone, I just feel like that's not really living, right? And I like that this King of Wands is showing up in your energy for this new beginning and stable foundation, because this is giving you the courage to even with the risks that may come, even with all of the unknown, the King of Wands is giving you the courage to leap. That's what I'm trying to say. Let's get one for that 5. Yeah, so leaving. Yeah, you're definitely leaving something behind. This is generational wealth. This is the ultimate abundance. This is support. This is groundedness. This is everything. But, you know, leaving things behind and understanding that you need to realign with your guiding light here. And you're very, very grounded in your energy. You know, good things are going to happen. Okay. Good things are going to happen. You know, sometimes we have to make room for better things to come in. All right. That's what this feels like. The Fool. And The Fool's new journey. Yeah. Okay, yeah. You're strong enough. You got it. This is your inner wellspring. This is courage, strength, and control. You got this. You got this. It feels, even though the Fool can be kind of naive starting off on a new path, it really feels like you've got some support within you, and also from spirit, from probably your guides, from your, see, this star is showing up, and maybe that's one of your guides. Okay. Maybe this King of Wands is a guide. All right. There are still some things that, yeah, well, obviously the Fool leaps and things are hidden, but that doesn't stop the adventure. That doesn't stop the journey. That doesn't stop the joy and the scary times, right? Dreams, intuitions, shadows. So pay attention to your dreams at this point. They might give you a little bit of a roadmap. Trust your intuition. And that's exactly what this Fool is doing, right? This is in your energy. So you are trusting your intuition. Okay. Yeah, there is good news coming for you. This says good news travel. The Eight of Wands is fast moving energy, and typically is about moving or travel or communication. And in this instance, it feels like there's some communication coming for you. Maybe about this Ten of Pentacles. It's like, you know, that stability, that material world stability is there for you. You're just kind of, it's like you're going to go ahead and leap anyway. You've been waiting for the information to come to you, but you're just leaping anyway. Yeah. Yep, you had to make a choice. You had to make a choice. You could have waited for this to come in. You could have waited to know what this moon was about. But you're deciding to leap. You've already made the decision to leap. Why not? What do you have to lose, really? And I know that's a loaded question. You can always change course. You can always go back. You can always do whatever. But if we don't ever try, you guys, that leads to regret. We have the Four of Wands. So this is kind of a checkpoint, right? This is a milestone marker. The Four of Wands is freedom, union, creativity. Some people call it a marriage card. It really feels like this is going to give you some kind of is a reason to celebrate, right? It's also called the party card sometimes. But it's freedom. It's going to give you some freedom to move about the cabin. It's going to give you freedom to explore this new leg of your journey in whatever way you want. And especially with this King of Wands coming up in your energy, you're going to do it, and you're not going to care what anybody thinks. You're just going to do it because it's going to give you this freedom. Okay. Under the deck, well, of course, we have the Devil. And that is attachments. That's figuring out what it is that you need to leave behind, what no longer serves you, what won't serve you as you move onto this new leg of your journey. Also on the bottom of the deck, we have the Fool. So this is a double tap, which we've been getting a lot of double taps lately. This is a double tap on the Fool. All right. Double confirmation that it's time to take that leap. Regardless of the unknown, don't be afraid. It really feels like you are incredibly supported in this leap. Okay? All right, that is your message for today. Thank you so much for being here. Like and subscribe, share with your besties, and I will see you next time.